Today in the review, the biggest, powerful and exciting electric ATV SE Tundra. Fasten your seatbelts, we are to start right now. Hi there, as usual it's me, just a voiceover, you're watching Review Machines, and this is the newest electric ATV SE Tundra. As far as I know, it's one of the first serial-produced full-scale electric ATVs. If you know other models, please let me know in the comments. And finally, we've managed to get one for the review, and it seems to be a real offroader. There is all-wheel drive, low range, diff locks. Today we are going to make tough tests of this machine, including hard off-roading, of course. So it's going to be an interesting day. Take your seats on our quad and get comfortable, my friends, it's time to begin. How do you like the exterior? It's quite unusual, isn't it? It's white, stumpy and rather long. It resembles a tiger leaning to the ground just before the attack. As a matter of fact, today I have for the review a pre-serial model. So it's not polished yet, and there are maybe some loose ends. The length is 225 centimeters. It's like a limo in off-roading world. The seat is huge. There is enough space not only for two, but even for three people. There is a serious electric motor with 21 kilowatts power. The battery has 120 ampere-hours capacity. The motor is equipped with a mechanical reducer, so there is a real low gear. Let's look how to control the drive modes. There are actually two buttons. The green one, it's front, rear drive and neutral. The yellow button enables low gear. The big red button, it's an emergency shutdown. Besides at the right of the handlebar, we see the standard control unit of the drive modes. Here we can switch on the front drive, and there is a button to activate diff locks of both axles. And as far as I know, at this moment, it's the only serial-produced quad that have a real mechanical low gear and diff locks. Well, it seems we've covered the main features of this vehicle, and now I am straining on the leash to make a first test of this beast. Let's go! The silence. It's the first thing that you notice after any gas vehicle. Almost absolute silence. If you have never tried any electric off-roader, you definitely will be shocked by the fact how quiet it can be. As to the other impressions, I liked how smooth it is. There is no any jerks, just a smooth acceleration. But if you activate a low gear and push throttle, it takes off like a shot. So hold the handles tight. The handlebar is very light, cause there is an electric power steering. The standard tires are not quite big, so the ground clearance is 27 centimeters. And that we should take into account crossing some obstacles. In this case, thanks to the all-wheel drive and diff locks, that helped us to get over this hummock. Speaking about the suspension performance, it seemed to me decent, but let's look at it closer. There is front and rear adjustable independent suspension system. They haven't adjusted it yet, and it seemed to us a bit tough. But it's matter of taste. The display is simple, but it's big and bright. There are front and rear power bumpers. The handles are pretty standard, and they are not worth mentioning. There is full set of lights for moving on public roads. Finally, I should mention a winch. And now I think we are ready to begin real tests of the vehicle. To make our tests more exciting, we invited a pro rider Max, and the first thing we are going to do is to make a drag race with my 800cc gas quad. Who will be faster? Take your bets. Almost a liter gas engine or 20 kilowatts electric power. At the very start, we see that the electric quad is slightly faster, but nearer to the finish, the gas one overtakes his opponent. Well, and this way we can make a conclusion that the acceleration is almost the same as the performance of 800cc gas quad. As to the maximum speed, we will check it later. And now I want to mention a perfect drivability of the vehicle. It's wide and squat. The battery is installed low to the ground, so the gravity center is also low, and it's controlled very well. As I said, the acceleration is decent, but let's check the maximum speed. You know, guys, actually the result we see now is not correct. We didn't know at that moment, but all the tires had very low pressure. That is why it's lower than it should be. But let's watch what this quad is capable of on asphalt. As we can see, even on a dry asphalt with low pressure tires, there is enough power to do some drift on the quad. But it is off-roader, isn't it? So let's find some dirt. On our way to dirt, firstly we tried how the low gear works. And it works quite well. The torque is insane, and it allows easily to move on serious roughnesses. And let me remind you, all this stuff is in absolute silence. And this electric smooth power provokes you to drive aggressively, even on usual road. But in our case, we didn't know that the tires had low pressure. Suddenly, one of the tires came off, so that meant our test was finished. But don't worry, we will continue it in few seconds. Well, this time we equipped our quad with standard tires and inflated them properly. The weather became worse, and now it's only 0 degrees Celsius outside. This time, as we can see, we managed to reach 86 km/h maximum speed. All the forest roads, meantime, turned into a real mud racing track, so there is a lot of fun to sweep through the forest on our electric beast. But as a matter of fact, this quad is not only for recreational purposes. It would be a good variant for parks and rental businesses, for farms and hunting, and for all those who got enough of noise and smell of combustion engines. If you want to enjoy bird songs instead of engine mumbling, the electric ATV is your choice. Meantime, we found some dirt, so let's check if it is a real off-roader. All-wheel drive, low gear and diff locks make this quad be a real off-roader actually. It moves in dirt as a big serious ATV. Besides, all the main components are waterproof here. But if you are going to cross water obstacle quite often, it's recommended to do some additional waterproofing. Well, all that stuff is great, but let's speak about some flaws. And the main weak side of this quad to my mind is range. With standard 120 Ah battery, the range will be from 50 to 100 km according to the condition of use. Not very impressive, but there is a bigger battery pack that will provide the range about 200 km. Finally, it's time to speak about the prices. And actually, it's rather costly. With standard battery pack, this quad will cost you about $20,000. That's call it today. Thanks for having a ride with us, my friends. Please consider subscribing the channel if you liked this video. There will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.